This is Introduction to Karate. I'm Rod Lindgren. In this video series, I am illustrating the Beginner's Orientation Program used at the University of Wyoming's Okinawa-te Karate Club by Sensei Jensen in the mid-1970s through the 80s. There are 12 lessons in the Beginner's Orientation Program. Each lesson begins with a review of the previous lesson, then builds upon that lesson. This is Lesson 4. In this lesson, we will do a short review followed by new materials. We will cover dojo etiquette, including an explanation and illustration of class opening and closing formalities, as well as the formalities of inter-student communication and how to correctly interact with black belts. There will also be one additional technique, the forward turn. In review, we have learned how to make a strong karate fist and how to punch with that fist, reverse punch and lunge punch. We have learned 3 blocks, low, middle, and cross, and 2 stances, Zenkutsu Dachi, classic and broken, and ready stance. We have learned how to move forward and back in Zenkutsu with our 3 blocks with reverse punch counters, and how to move forward in Zenkutsu with the lunge punch. And we have learned 3-step sparring, which combines all our skills in one practice drill. There are definite formalities involved with karate study. We always show respect for our fellow students and teachers, their teachers, and our dojo. We are thankful for the ones who teach, our dojo mates who give us someone to practice with and improve with, and for having a place in which to study. There is a proper way to bow in Isshin, Shorinji, Okinawa-te. Stand with your feet together, arms straight down at your sides, hands flat, fingers together, thumbs pressed against the side of your hand. Keep your knees straight, bow from the waist, keeping your eyes up, never losing view of your potential opponents. When class begins, the students are usually warming up and practicing on their own. To start class, the senior student looks for the sensei to prompt him to call class to line up, usually with a nod. When a student sees the prompt from the sensei, the student calls mate, which when literally translated means wait or stop. In this usage, it means stop what you're doing and line up. The senior student waits for the sensei to nod again and says kyoka, which translates to ready, but when said in class means are you ready? The students all yell hai, which is Japanese for yes. The sensei nods to the senior student again, and the student says seiza, meaning sit. The sensei nods again, and the student says za, raise, which translates to sitting bow. The class bows to the first and second degree black belts, who then turn and face the sandans and above and bow to them. Class is now formally begun. If there are no lower ranking black belts, the students bow to the teacher. This is also the procedure for the ending of class. These photos are from the early 1970s. It shows students lined up and doing basic drills. The senior student lines up to the left side of the student formation. The next most senior will be on his right. In this picture, the senior student is now known currently as Isshin Robert Kusamano. The student to his right is Sensei Jensen. Students bow before and after any interaction between each other and the sensei. First and second degree black belts can be considered and addressed as sensei if it is only them in the class. However, if there is a higher ranking belt, they return to being addressed as Mr., Ms., or Mrs., and their last name. Sandans are always referred to as sensei. Shien and above are not normally addressed as Shien, but sensei. If a student has a question about a technique, he should go to a student 1 rank higher than him. It gives the other student a chance to learn, because when you teach something, you learn. If neither of them can come up with an answer, they can move on to the next rank higher, and so on and so forth, until they finally get an answer. The class always starts with drilling the basics. Students line up as described before and follow the commands of the sensei or other person designated to lead the drill. When drilling, the group will often have to turn and go to the opposite direction. This is where the forward turn comes into play. Let's say you are doing lunge punches and have reached the end of your space. You could move back to the starting position, or you could do a turn. This turn is the forward turn. Stand with your right foot forward in classic Zenkutsu as if you had just done a right lunge punch. Now, look over your left shoulder Pivoting on the left foot, moving the right foot 2 shoulder widths across your body and twist into broken Zenkutsu with a low block. This is a forward turn because the front foot actually does the moving. The back foot is merely pivoting. Yes, there is a rearward turn, but that is for another lesson. Concentrate on the forward turn for now. In this lesson, we have learned the basics of the opening and closing ceremonies of the karate class, how to bow, and a proper way to interact with other students and black belts during a class. We've also learned the basics of the forward turn. If you like this video, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe.